Live. Hey, everybody. It's Cletus, Coffey, live here on a Friday evening on YouTube. And I went live this morning and had a really good experience, great connections with people on, which I thought was fantastic. So I thought I'd just circle back and bookend this. We chatted this morning. Let's go ahead and chat here this evening. And I'll tell you why, because I'm a single dad, and it's a Friday evening, and there's no kids here. It's just me. And so let's have a little single dad hangout. So if that's you, or if that's not you, maybe you don't have kids, or maybe you do, and they're out at a friend's, or whatever it may be. Uh, I'm grateful for anybody that wants to join or listen in here. I'll keep this brief because, like I said, it's a Friday night, and most people are out probably doing something or hanging out or probably numbing themselves. Hence why it'd be great if some dudes get here, because I get it. It's Friday. You want to have a little drink. You want to have a little smoke. You want to put on TV and just numb. You've had a hard week. You've been the stress, the pressure, the overwhelm from the week is on you, and you want to numb out. And especially if you don't have the kids tonight. And so why not? Why not just numb for a little bit? And I tell you what, man, let's talk about freedom, because that's what so many of us are seeking. That's what most people want, is freedom. All the stuff you want, that the nice cars, the money, the business, it's the relationship. It's all it all tends to branch from a need to break free from what you don't want and to be free. You get that? That's what a lot of people often miss. The things that you want are really to fill the void, or not say the void, but to take over and move away from the things that you don't want. So, for example, you want some money. You want to have a business that gives you freedom and flexibility. Well, that's oftentimes because you want freedom from the pressure and the stress of not having money, or the stress and the pressure of not being free. So you want those things, and so that's what a lot of us guys, man, the single fathers, guys that have gone through some sort of level of suffering, or some sort of pressure, oftentimes get caught up in this particular trap. Hey, what's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all joining here. And look, for guys that want to be present and available fathers, it's amazing. It's an awesome opportunity. And look, here's the deal. As a single father, I don't have my kids tonight. And so the temptation is I'm going to jump on the TV and just relax and numb. And I don't subscribe to that. What I subscribe to is, look, how can I get better? Now, I'm not saying there are times to have our fun and relax, but man, like I've got goals. Like, there's things that I want to do and create for myself. And I know that you do too. And yet, what I talked about earlier, for those of you who are just jumping on, I was talking about freedom. And what happens is we go for the lowest denominator of freedom. We get a little, drink a little bit, we smoke a little bit, get a little high, get a little bit of buzz, gives us a little blip of freedom. And I'll even take it a step further, fellas. You want to go out, and if you're single, and especially if you've come out of divorce, and you're like, man, I need to get laid, I want to have sex. Even sex is just a little. It's a little orgasm, right? It's a burst of freedom, and that feeling that you have is it's a little bit of freedom. But shoot, it doesn't last long. The buzz, the high, and then you get back to being you. So on this Friday night, if you don't have the kids with you, Or you're like, hey, maybe you're just jumping on YouTube here just to hang out. Regardless, um, I see you. I made a knife. I got you. Um, okay. Well, hey, man. Whatever it takes, your free will is on you. For guys that we're vibing with, guys in this movement. I created this movement called Be the Torch because it's like we want guys that want freedom. I want to be free, and it's not the freedom that most people are chasing, which is freedom from stress, freedom from a toxic relationship, freedom from the pressure of constantly having to produce, perform, and provide for everybody else. So they're trying to get away from things. Freedom from. I subscribe to freedom to. What do I want to create for myself? So look, man, it's Friday night. It kids aren't here. I'm alone, and I'm going to focus on me. So, like I said, I jumped in here on YouTube. I did this morning. For those of you that weren't here, I vibed this morning, and using this as a platform to help, get my message out there, but also to provide value to people out there to be of service. So, freedom. This conversation has really just kind of morphed into freedom, and here's the thing. What I've come to realize, and I know that so many men that I work with, is guys just they're not comfortable with expressing their feelings because they haven't been taught how to feel. And so trapped into prison. That's not freedom. See, dudes think if I make some money, if I build this business, if I get a sweet car, if I get just a hot chick on my side, like that's freedom. That is bullshit. That is not freedom. You're further imprisoning yourself. And so, yeah, they do. In the interim, dudes get high, doing drugs. That does create a short stint of freedom. But when that high goes away, what's left? You. And that's what I find dudes doing, man. They're numbing themselves because of that stress, the pressure, the overwhelm, the lack of freedom that they have. And we have to stop doing that because that's a lower level unconsciousness. We got to raise our frequency, raise our consciousness, and men in particular need to do a hell of a lot more of feeling, tapping into, and actually doing the freaking hard work, man. It's frustrating seeing so many cats who are thinking that uh, they need to show up as what other people want them to be. And this is the biggest thing that I struggled with. I thought I could. I thought I needed to be somebody that my ex-wife wanted me to be. I thought I had to be something that people in the business world wanted me to be, and so I'd show up inauthentic. And man, that shit doesn't get us anywhere. That inauthenticity, you may be transactional, especially in business. You may get a couple sales. You may get a lot of sales. You may make a lot of money, but that inauthenticity, deep down, you know what's up. You know what you're feeling, and that's holding you back. I see it so many times. I wish I had a rubber band here close by, but I don't. That's why we see so many guys who make a bunch of money and then lose it, or make a bunch of money and their relationships are terrible. They're toxic. They make a bunch of money. They don't have time to be around their kids, or their health starts to deteriorate. And so, man, uh, it's time to break from that. We need to, as men, we need to step up and start investing in ourselves. So, anyway, like I said, I want to jump on here for a little bit. We're coming up on 10 minutes here, and just on a Friday night, just a little powwow, some dudes. Hopefully, we got some guys who are fathers on here, single fathers. Kids aren't in the house, but taking some time to invest in yourself. Anyway, I think it's a great opportunity for us to say, okay, I got goals. So instead of settling for less or succumbing to what society is telling us to do or thinks we should do, that we actually be intentional with investing ourselves, with growing ourselves. And what's up? I see you. Uh, what's up? Hello. Hey, how you doing? All right. A couple of you folks that jumped on. Hello. So anyway, when it comes down to it, my vision, my goal for the movement that I've stepped into, I call it Be the Torch, because look, here's the thing. Bottom line is you can't help anybody else. In fact, you're most likely cheating your kids. If you're in a relationship, you're cheating your partner because you are not showing up as the true, authentic version of yourself. You're showing up as someone that you think society wants you to be, showing up as the man you think you're, the woman that you're with, or the women that you want to be with, the way that you think they want you to be. So, as with business, so with life, the more that you can dive into just being your true, authentic self, dude, you're going to attract the right people and the right opportunities to do business with you, to pay you, to be in a relationship with you. And you know, the business opportunities, the women that you pull into your life are going to be the ones that love you for you. And when that happens, brother, let me tell you something. The communication is easier. It's filled with ease and grace and incredible intimacy, incredible sex, because you have become it first. You follow me? It's the whole essence of Be the Torch. You become the torch, and then you attract the right people, like moth to a flame. The right people, the right opportunities, the right women, clients, because you are it. And your energy and your frequency that you're giving off is attracting the like. You know, like attracts like. I heard that years ago, but I didn't quite understand it until I realized that I was doing all the stuff. I wanted to get better, but I was doing stuff outside of myself, thinking like, oh, if I show up as a better husband, if I show up as a better boyfriend, if I show up as a better business owner, better father, then that is going to help me get what I want. I was dead wrong. We have to show up as better versions of ourselves first. We cannot help anybody else. In fact, we're cheating them unless we're showing up as ourselves. So, fellas, I'm going to leave you here with that. It's been a conversation around freedom. I'm grateful for those of you all that chimed in. Thank you for your some rather unique conversation contributions. But nonetheless, I'm grateful for you all. I would recommend you come back. So this is a little Friday night stint. I did this for the dads, the single fathers who don't get to be with their kids and wanted to grow and evolve. Why not do it here on a Friday night versus numbing ourselves? And so I'm going to take a crack at this and doing this on a consistent basis. I'll actually check in with you all tomorrow in the morning. If you are looking for help and support, if you go to cletuscoffey.com/book a call, you can book a call with me, and then we can talk through what are the constraints, the challenges that you're facing right now. Make sure I understand them clearly, and then we can put together a 3-step plan. It's all around the concept of burning down the old version of you, building up the new version so that you can be the man that you truly were meant to be. So I'm wishing you all a good night. Thank you all for joining it, viewed, who contributed the comments on here. I will catch up with you all tomorrow. Have a good night, y'all.